Morning! This is John Paul R&D, and I'm about to finish my LSD for this weekend, which is a good 16-kilometer run. So it's a 4-kilometer improvement from last week, but this time around I did not do a run all the way for my LSD or a continuous run, but rather I did what we call the Runwalk method. So I'll be explaining later on what this Runwalk method is that I've been doing already for the last probably 6 or 7 years. Alright, let me just finish. Last 1 kilometer. Okay, I just finished my 16-kilometer run. So I'm just having an active rest. So after finishing a long run, once you're done, don't just sit. Okay, maybe what you can do is walk for probably a minute, 2, or up to 5 minutes. But anyway, as I mentioned, I'm still outside doing my vlog, doing this one. So for today, I'm just going to share to you something about the Runwalk method. So I was actually introduced to this when I started running. Not really started, when I came back to running after a 6 months hiatus because of an injury. Yes. So prior to that, I have already run 21 kilometers, and I was only able to run it for around 3 hours and 15 minutes. So for others, they're saying that that's already a good time for a newbie runner, for a beginner. But for me, I'm a very competitive person. I'd like to run faster. My goal was to run sub 3, meaning you have to run 21 kilometers in less than 3 hours. So during that time, I was introduced to the Runway Method by Jeff Galloway, by my coach, who happens to be my former student. He was the one who helped me achieve running not just sub 3, but actually I was able to let me just turn. Okay, I was able to run it in sub 2:30. Okay, so how did I do that? Well, not because I was run. Actually, I'm not that run. I always say that I'm not actually a fast runner, but I'm a smart runner. No, just kidding aside. But anyway, he introduced me to what we call the Runwalk for my long runs. Because before, whenever I run, I easily get tired. Okay, not just with breathing, but with my legs. And I'm pretty much sure you've experienced this so many times. Wherein after running, let's say for 30 minutes, especially for newbies, for beginners, you'll feel your legs are a bit heavy. And because of that, or instead of you continuing to run to finish your distance or your long run, what normally happens is that you're just going to stop because your legs are too heavy already and you can't run anymore. You can't lift it anymore. So I was introduced to this one. So it's a method developed by Jeff Galloway in the 1970s. It's called, one moment, I'm just fixing my face mask. Okay, it's a method developed by Jeff Galloway. It's called the Runwalk method. Here, you're not just going to run all the way or a continuous running, but it's an interval of run and walking. So you might say, is this really effective? Well, based on my experience, it is effective. I was able to run my fastest. Well, prior to me hitting sub 2 in 2018, I was able to run my fastest 21 kilometers from 3:15 to 2 hours 20 minutes because of what we call the Runwalk method. So how do we do that? Very simple, from the term itself, run, walk. So there are times you're going to run, and there will be times you're going to walk. So what are the intervals? The intervals are could be 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, or 4-1. What do you mean by that? So the first number represents to the minutes you're going to run. So for example, you decided to do a 1-1. So that's a 1 minute run. The second number of the part of the ratio is what we call the walking part. So for 1-1, it's 1 minute run, 1 minute walk. So the same thing with 2-1, 2 minute run, 1 minute walk. And what I do is actually the 4-1. The 4-1 is 4 minute walk, 1 minute run. 4 minute run, 1 minute walk. It's the other way around. Well, actually, according to them, it's actually the hardest, the 4-1. But I don't know. I'm just comfortable doing 4-1. So, not only was I able to run my fastest 21 kilometers prior to 2018, alright, when I hit sub 2, yay! I was able to finally hit sub 2 for 21 kilometers. It's all because of the Runwalk method. In fact, I was able to run all my 3 marathons, finish all my 3 marathons. My first 2 marathons in sub 5, okay, I ran it in under 5 hours using the Runwalk method. Let's no longer talk about the 3rd marathon. It was an epic fail. I wanna move on about it, that one. And anyway, so why is it that the Runwalk method is a suggested one even by coaches and elite runners? No? Why? You have to understand, especially for beginners, when you're not yet used to running, your muscles will easily get tired, especially if you don't have like me, before I don't have strong hamstring, quadriceps, and glutes, which are the muscles that you would be using for running. So what will happen is that if you will continue running, the muscles easily get tired. And because the muscles easily get tired, what will happen is that you'll stop. And according to researchers, aerobic respiration will peak between 30 minutes to 90 minutes. So if you're running, let's say, for a continuous 30 minutes, and then you're not yet used to running, what normally happens is that you'll get tired. And after getting tired, what will happen is that you'll stop. So you haven't even reached the maximum of your aerobic respiration. And because of that, you haven't actually burned a lot of calories yet. Actually, just now, after running 16 kilometers, I think I burned 1,300 calories. Well, anyway, so just imagine if you're going to do the Runwalk method, you'll be able to finish your, let's say, 5-kilometer run, 6-kilometer run, or whatever, or even a 1-hour run. Okay, you'll be able to finish your 1-hour run because during that 1 minute time frame, you're able to actually rest your muscles, and not only that, you're also able to catch your breath, right? Especially if for long distance and you do not have, a good lung capacity. Sometimes it's actually hard for us to breathe. So you're able to catch your breath, as well as the most important thing is you're able to rest the muscles. There are actually researches that says there's not much difference between the amount of calories, okay, based on the distance that you've walked or run, that are actually burned between running and walk. So, like for example, last week I did 12-kilometer run for my LSD. And my average pace was actually 7 minutes and 20 seconds. I did a run all the way 12 kilometers. But since I haven't run 16 kilometers since March of this year, I decided to do a run walk for today. And look what happened. My average pace was 7 minutes 12 seconds per kilometer, which is an 8-second better, no? It's an 8-second faster than what I previously had last week. So what does it mean? It means that I was able to run at a faster pace and perform better as compared to running all the way. Don't get me wrong. There are times that you need to do run all the way. For example, if you want to hit sub 2, hit sub 1 for 10 kilometers, or hit sub 30 for 5 kilometers, what you can do is, what you need to do, is to do a continuous run or run all the way, which I am also doing that. Actually, my coach would advise me that for my LSD, I have to do a run all the way. But, well, this time around, since I'm starting again from scratch because I haven't been running for a long time, I decided to do a Runwalk method. And I was able to perform better. But you also have to consider there are other factors. You have to also to understand, that there are other factors that need to be considered for you to have a faster pace in running. Of course, your lactate threshold, your lung capacity, your VO2 max, your diet, for intake, and even your training. Because when you train, you just don't train long distance runs or LSD. You also have to do some sprintings or intervals runs or speed training, hill repeats, and even some tempo runs for you to get faster. But for beginners, for newbies, I think Runwalk is a good way to start. I started that way, and I am now a 3-time marathoner, right? A 2-time sub 5 42 kilometer finisher. I am a sub 2 21 kilometer finisher, a sub 1 10 kilometer finisher, and a sub 35 kilometer runner. All because of running, and it all began with doing run walk for my long run. I've read this somewhere and even heard this from a lot of running coaches. Slow is fast. Yes, you heard me right. Slow is fast. Don't feel bad if, let's say, you're not as fast as the others are. We're not elite runners. There are people who are really fast. I am not one of them. I consider myself a normal runner, a hobbyist. But at the end of the day, training makes a difference. And I can assure you that with Runwalk, you'll be able to perform better, and you'll also be able to burn more calories, because as I mentioned earlier, aerobic respiration, according to researchers, peaks at 30 minutes to 90 minutes. So if you want to burn more calories, if you want to lose more weight, alright, you have to do exercises for more than 30 minutes. Actually, WHO recommends every day for you to exercise at least 30 minutes a day for you to be able to lose weight. So for you to lose weight, you need to exercise more than 30 minutes a day. So you can do Runwalk method for a starter. You can do it in your area, the treadmill. You can do 1-1 for beginners. I recommend 2-1 if, let's say, you're not actually into running and you're overweight or obese and it's difficult for you. You're afraid that you might get injured with your knees. You can do 1-1 method, and then after that increase it by 2-1. If you're already feeling comfortable with 2 or with 1-1, you can do 2-1 already, and then after that you can do 3-1 and then increase that to 4-1 later on. Okay, so anyway, I hope you learned something. Uh, if you have any more questions, put it in the comment section, and do not forget to subscribe, like, and click that notification button, I mean, for you to be able to know new videos with regards to running, fitness, diet, and food. So again, this is John Paul R&D, right? Telling you to always keep safe, keep fit, keep healthy, and let's run and do the Runwalk method. Alright, see ya, bye!